Okay, so let's talk about how not to get sick when everyone else around you is. Okay, as you go about your daily life, you come in contact with all sorts of things that make you sick. Germs are everywhere, carcinogens, pollutions. You can see all that stuff in your screen in front of you. It's a little scary, I understand, because germs are everywhere. And carcinogens and toxins are just everywhere, and we all know that they can be very detrimental to your health. You cannot control those things, or at least some of them are out of your control. But what you can control is your own immunity. Many harmful organisms enter your body through your intestines, which tend to break down all that food into usable parts and waste, obviously. Then they absorb the nutrients, and in some cases they also absorb the bad stuff. So to protect you from this, your bowel contains all these membranes that serve as an internal physical barrier to fight off all of these pathogens. Your gut also contains something called healthy flora or beneficial bacteria, which keeps those potential harmful microbes in balance, further protecting you from illness, of course. In fact, it is known that about 70 to 80% of your of the battle for your body's health via your immune system occurs in that gut. And that beneficial flora is essentially your soldiers fighting for you, keep you strong and keep you healthy. When that level of beneficial bacteria is out of balance, that's when illness could occur. So it is important to know that your digestive health is important for your overall health, and especially the health of that beneficial bacteria is key. Okay, so let's talk about how to protect yourself. First and foremost, the first thing that I would do is to start by keeping the foods moving through. And what that means is you always want to eat stuff that get in and out of your stomach as quickly as it possibly can. Our digestive systems are very slow. Normally it will take you 16 to 24 hours, assuming that you're strong and healthy, to digest your food properly. We're not cats, we're not dogs, we're not lions. They have very short digestive tracts. We need the foods that we were supposed to eat to allow our bodies to function properly. So when you digest foods, you want that food to get in and out quickly. And you want to eat throughout the day from light to heavy. And what that means is essentially at the beginning of your day, it should be your lightest meal, because you're still in the process of that breakfast, right? That's why breakfast is called breakfast, because you're breaking the fast from the night before. And you want to allow your body to still be in a good, alkaline, beautiful state. Then lunch will be a little bit of a heavy meal. It'll take a little longer for that meal to leave your body. And at the end of the day, you might want to eat foods that will take a little longer, like protein, like animal protein, which could take as many as 8 hours to leave your body. If you do it the other way around, what you're doing is you're putting undigested food on top of undigested food, which, as you know, causes backup, causes inhibited digestion. You also want to avoid gluten, grains, and we're talking about specifically wheat, rye, and barley. If you have an allergy or an intolerance, obviously you need to stay away from that. But the vast majority of us, even if we don't have an intolerance, we may want to stay away from that for two main reasons. Number one is the fact that gluten is a byproduct of the processed food industry, and it is added to almost everything out there that you can imagine that has been processed. So just by eating an unprocessed diet, you'll be staying away from gluten. But the most important reason why you want to stay away from gluten is the fact that gluten is a binder. It actually, it causes breads and other grains to fluff, and it will do the same thing inside of you. So it will make things very slow for you. It will cause indigestion. It will cause you to absorb less minerals. It is a problem. You know, I always hear people tell me, well, you know, you see people in Italy, for example, eating pasta all day long, and they don't have the problems that we have. True, in fact, it is true. But we also have to remember that at least in the U.S. and Canada, the breed of wheat that we are producing contain a lot less minerals and a lot more gluten than the type of wheat that prior generations we're actually eating, which is the main reason why so many people and people's bodies seem to be so sensitive to this type of protein. Another great thing that you can do is to avoid dairy products. Dairy is very, very hard for the body to digest for many reasons. It is not actual human food. It is baby cow's food. And we have been told for many, many years that it's really good for us. But the biggest problem with dairy is that it is acidic, and acidity causes inflammation. Already heard ad nauseum that inflammation is the root cause of many of the diseases plaguing us today. So because it's so acidic, it causes your body to lose minerals like magnesium, like calcium, because calcium is the #1 antacid known. So your body goes into overdrive every time you put a lot of dairy in it, and it takes calcium from your bones to try to counteract that excess of acids. So to the best of your abilities, try to avoid or limit your amount of dairy food to about only 1 time a day, ideally at the end of the day. And eat mostly organic, plant-based foods, including plenty of fruits and vegetables, fresh produce. We know that they contain enzymes that help break down foods, and they're much easier to digest. Take probiotics. Make sure that you have plenty of that beneficial gut flora that I just talked about by taking a probiotic supplement twice a day. You might want to take them at the beginning of the day on an empty stomach about 30 minutes before you go to eat, to have your first meal of the day. And you also want to have them at the end of about 2 or 3 hours before you go to sleep. So you allow that probiotic to replenish your body. You're doing a great, great thing for yourself. Probiotics come in all kinds of different brands. If you go to your health food store, you will definitely find one that works for you. I like one called Gerodophilus, but like I said, if you go to a health food store and you ask the attendant, they will be more than happy to recommend 1 or 2 that work. You can also do, as far as probiotics, there's a lot of food that contain probiotics out there, especially fermented foods, but that's a little bit more complicated. It requires a little bit of knowledge. And avoid antibiotics to the best of your abilities. Look, I understand that you got to work with your doctor and you got to work for your health. So if you're going through a particular condition and your doctor is recommending you to have antibiotics, then absolutely. But you also want to talk to your doctor and explain to them these things, because most doctors, unfortunately, have no training in nutrition. You want to try to stay away from antibiotics as much as you can. So you want to take your antibiotics only the exact amount of days that the doctor recommends, no more, and you will definitely want to take a probiotic supplement while you're taking your antibiotics, and after, and certainly for weeks after, because antibiotics kill bad bacteria, but they also kill good bacteria. Another set of great tips that I wanted to bring in here, especially things that you can do in between seasons. We tend to get a bit weaker, our immune system, as we transition. We are part of nature, and as nature transitions from winter to spring, fall to winter, summer to fall, and whatnot, our bodies also transition. So we need to pay attention to that stuff and help ourselves the best way we can. So 2 or 3 things that I think will be a great idea, which have helped me throughout the years, especially this Caribbean island girl coming to New York in the dead of winter, was this tea that I discovered that I like to call the immunity. And it's a very easy tea, as you can see there. All you have to do is steep some ginger root in hot water for 3 to 5 minutes, and then you squeeze about half a lemon in it, and you add some cayenne pepper. This is a very easy way to get high nutrients in your body and also strengthen your immune system. It is amazing. I guarantee you, I would love for you to try it, and then let me know. Go to my Facebook page and let me know. Another great thing that you can do is to drink green smoothies. We talked about this earlier. Very easy way to get highly nutritious foods in your diet in an easy way. And you can include leafy greens, fruits, nuts, healthy oils, spices even, and it creates this refreshing drink that you can take even in the winter time that's delicious and is packed with nutrients. Obviously, cook from fresh ingredients whenever possible, never from canned foods and packaged foods. Sleep is so important. Sleep deprivation leads to a weakened immune system, weight gain, depression. It's been related to a number of health-related issues. Our bodies are designed to move, but they're also designed to rest and to sleep. We cannot survive very long without proper and adequate rest. So give that its proper value. And certainly, staying on top of elimination routine is key. You need to eliminate toxins and pollutants and debris that you get from all kinds of sources. Ideally, you want to have about 2 bowel movements a day. I know most of us don't, and when I tell my clients that, I always get, jaw down to the floor and stuff, and they tell me that they only poo 3 times a week, which is like heartbreaking to me. If you're not having 2 bowel movements a day at minimum, you need to increase your fiber, obviously by eating the foods that I recommend here or taking a fiber supplement. You also need to increase your water intake. And it will probably be a good idea to lay off sugar for a couple of days or take something called, certainly magnesium is a great mineral that helps push debris and water into your intestines, and it also helps the muscles in your lower intestine get stronger so that in the morning you can have a nice full bowel movement. If not, you can have certain supplements, and there's one called Cáscara Sagrada. And Cáscara Sagrada is a great, easy supplement that you can use to help you soften your stool. It is not something that should be taken for long extended periods of time. I normally take it with me when I go traveling because the plane and the whole change of time can make you irregular, and then I take it for a night or 2 and that is it. And with your diet and your lifestyle, you should be getting back to a normal, regular system as quickly, within 2 to 3 days. I do want to leave you with a final word, and that is that prevention is the key to a healthy you. This is the only body that you have. And if something goes wrong with that body, it will cost us a lot of money and a lot of time and suffering for yourself and for your loved ones. Think about it for a second. Prevention is actually a lot better than reaction. And I do understand that we are a reactionary society. We like to just push the buttons of nature and then deal with the consequences. But when it comes to your body, change is a must. It's not an option at this point. You are this amazing, gorgeous creature, and your body is this amazing machine that's designed to do great things, and you need to give that body the respect that it deserves. I have been able to accomplish that, and if I can do it, trust me, so can you. I truly believe that you can.
Get free detox, weight loss, healthy living tips, and inspirational messages galore when you subscribe to the Weekly Jolt. Just click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.
Show me what your body can